All right, so let's talk about setting this is going to be the stand for the ghost tree. I want to get it outside, take some pictures of it. I'm trying this new stuff. This is Fast 2K deck post anchor for setting decks, fences, and more. This is definitely more. So this is that foam stuff that everybody's been talking about. I got a couple bags from it. Fast 2K. I'm going to try to follow the directions and I'll let you know how it turns out. So anyway, I got a post hole, or a hole that's basically as deep as my rotor hammer will let me get. This is not permanent. This is going to be set up. We're going to mount the ghost tree, take some pictures of it, and take it back down. I do not want that post there permanently. This is something that if it sets up really well, then I'll have to whack it with a tractor and yank it out of there. But anyway, I'm right next to this really, really beautiful, I don't know, it's some type of, it's the most spectacular tree in the fall that we have on the property. It's going to be a great backdrop, and I'm choosing this as a spot to take pictures of the metal ghost tree. So anyway, let's give this stuff a shot. I'll let you laugh as I screw this up. All right. Deck post anchor expands from a thin liquid to a waterproof expanding composite that is strong and protects your post from rotting. I believe all that. Pretty much it says that I'm going to pull this little black thing off. I'm going to mix the two together. All right. I guess I tear off a corner. I put the post in. I tear off a corner. And I pour it in. And it says it sets in 3 to 4 minutes. So anyway, hole depth. Depth of hole. Deck post 4x4. 8-inch diameter hole. One bag 30 inches deep. That's not happening. Holy smokes. So I'm going to have a little bit of extra of this stuff coming out, I'm sure. 6x6. Basically number of bags, 2 bags for 24. That's a 10-inch hole. This is probably, I don't know, 6 or 7-inch hole. All right, I'm right here. So anyway, I'm putting a piece of 2.5-inch pipe in the ground. This is just a sleeve. The tree is going to sit over the top of it. We'll give this stuff a shot. It's definitely a heck of a lot lighter than an 80-pound sack of concrete, I can tell you that much. So I just pull this thing out, I guess. Before using, carefully read full instructions. Well, that ain't gonna happen. Cold weather, conditional material to room temperature, 1.5 hours before mixing. In hot weather, keep it cool. Do not exceed mixing time. I don't really see any. Oh, there's instructions. Let's check this out. Let's see if they wrote them in a different. Okay. It can be installed from -5 degrees Fahrenheit to 105 degrees Fahrenheit. We're somewhere between there. Ensure standing water present hold less than an inch in depth. We have no water in our hole because it's California. It hadn't rained in 5 years. Place post and hole, ensuring vertical plumb desired. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, we'll get that. Have a pair of scissors or knife readily available. All right, I got to go get scissors or a knife. I guess I can do that much. Do not exceed standard mixing time. Ensure post can be held for approximately 5 minutes after installation of Fast 2K deck post anchor. Brace the post may help sure correct positioning. That I figured out. Hi, Bodes. Want to say hi to everybody? This is Bodie, otherwise known as Dumas. And his name is Dumas because Dumas gets skunked about every month. And he hasn't figured that out. So, dumbass right here. Nice dog. Say hi. All right, buddy, go on. All right, what else we got? And of course, you got Benny with the ball. It says, rub the bag with moderate force along a hard round edge. Force the material inside the bag from one end to the other with each stroke. shoe shining technique. Rolling bag will help completely empty the content. So I guess you're going to roll it up as you squeeze it out. I got more than I need. Anchor will adhere to itself following additional. This is going to stick to whatever. If you ever use that spray foam insulation, you know all about that. Whatever it touches, it's going to be there for about a week. Don't get it in your hair. You just got to cut your hair out if that's the case. So anyway, we'll give this a go. I'm going to grab some scissors just in case I get in a panic. So somebody's going to comment about the fact that, you know, I'm digging a hole and I didn't call out USA to tell me where my gas line and my power lines are and stuff like that. My experience with them is, you bet, call them up, have them come out and mark where those lines are, and then dig exactly where they mark it, because that's not where the line is. So that's kind of a joke, but anyway, I don't know. I'm sure if you've been in the trades long enough, you've called them up. They've laid it all out there where it is. And by the time it's all said and done, it ain't happening. I've shut power off in a fairly big complex by digging 6 feet away from where they told me that power line was. Next thing I know, I heard a big bang behind me, and that was the transformer blowing. All right, so I'm gonna rub this back and forth, getting all that fluid, mixing. It's probably not the best surface to do it on. Shoving one to the other. It says I can roll it up if I want to. I go like this, it might help. It's definitely mixing together. It's definitely easier than mixing concrete. It's a lot lighter than concrete. That's the one thing I can guarantee. If you need to put, you know, a couple poles in the ground or a long way away from a truck, that's where I've heard people just rave about this stuff. So anyway, how long was I supposed to mix it for? Force along hard edge, force the material from bag one to the other, mix for 30 seconds. I think I'm there. I'm going to push it all down into this one end. All right, is that going to just tear open? It just tore open. Let's give her a go. So I'm not saying I mixed it correctly, but anyway, that poured right in there, pretty much slicker than you know what. Now it's going to do its thing. It's going to expand. Is Benny going to get it all over him? Yeah, I'd be really, really careful about that end of the bag. So anywho, we're going to see if this works. If it doesn't, then I'm going to buy a sack of concrete. But I guarantee you, somebody's going to say you didn't mix it correctly or something like that. So, oh, that ball is going to be down there for a long time, Benny. We are not getting that out of there. So, it is starting to move around a little bit down there. I can see that. Anyway, I'll check back. It's supposed to be 3 to 5 minutes, supposed to set up. Puppy dog's one trying to play. The other one's too busy looking for his ball that went down the hole. So, I'm going to show you this tree. Tell me that is not like the coolest tree in the world. And it does this thing for about a week or so. Really kind of, my goal was to get that tree done, the ghost tree, and then put it up with this as a backdrop. So anyway, I'll take the tarp off the wood pile and I'll fancy up the situation a little bit. Betty wants this ball, and it's down there in the foam. Let's see how the foam's doing. It's been about a minute. It's doing its thing. I thought maybe I didn't mix it, long enough. I thought it was too cold. I actually thought a lot of things, but that is definitely doing its thing. I think I'm fairly plumb with this. I'm plumb enough for what I need. I think if I was going to do this in the field, really make it practical, I would have probably put that piece of pipe in the ground, tamped about 2 or 3 inches of dirt around it, really leveled it up, and then poured this stuff on top of it. So, but anyway, we're just trying it. We're going to see how this works. I have a feeling it's going to come right over the top of all this stuff, and it's definitely doing its thing. I didn't get any on me, which is very rare. Dogs don't get that on you. Whatever you guys do, it will not be pretty. The other nice thing about the foam is that I think once it dries, I could cut it flush with that and pretty much make it go away. But holy smokes, we got some chemical reaction going on here. I don't think it's down inside the pipe at all, which might have been a good thing to do. Like if it was going to be permanent, but it's not going to be permanent. Yeah, so let that stuff bubble away. So this is about 5 minutes. It's supposed to be usable, and 15 minutes ready for work. So, if I was going to weld something on it, it'll only take 15 minutes. So right now it's Friday morning. This tree's not going to go up. I got some friends coming over to help me tomorrow afternoon. So that's when we're going to do this thing. Get her done. Hopefully the sun is shining. It is a gloomy fall. It's 21st of October 2022. This is the farm. The farm's winding down. We got still lettuce in the ground. There's some zucchinis. You can see a couple peach trees, berries, apples. Most of that stuff's all done. A couple beets. Now it's time to start pulling things out of the ground, getting ready for winter, and hopefully some rain this year. All right. Starting to expand over the top, bubbling away. I'm sorry, dude, but your ball is gone. So the one thing it didn't do was like push that post. That post hasn't moved. So that's a good thing. It's starting to harden up a little bit. I mean, I'm putting a little tweak on there. You can see it wiggle. So we're still really early in the process. But that piece of pipe is plumb enough for what I need it, just for a temporary picture. I'm not sure whether the way it's coming, more on the right side than the left is just a product of me not really mixing it correctly. I'm curious about that. Benny, no. he's sticking his nose in a little piece that came out. You can see that right there. That's a little bit of the drippings right there. Probably not a good thing to get on you, step on, whatever. All right, so this is the next day, and I just want to show you guys that I think I did mix it correctly. I know I thought I might not have, but that thing expanded up to right there, and this dude is in there. So I'm going to give this thing as many stars and thumbs up as I possibly can, because that was too easy, especially if you have a long way to go between water and concrete and all that other good stuff. So I'm really impressed. I don't think I'd hang a gate off this, but I would definitely keep this as like a corner post or something like that. And you talk about easy. So anyway, we're going to set up the tree next. With the help of a friend and a tractor, we are now outside and I get to see what the top of that thing looks like. And I like it. A little zoom.